Alright guys, welcome back to GotGameTesters, where we play test board and card games for you and let you guys decide whether or not they're good enough to get published. So, today's game is by a group called Games. It's called Stack and Attack. It's a kind of a caveman feel where you're trying to build pillars or monuments out of just rocks for the rain gods. But the only problem is that you want the rain and other people are trying to appease the gods at the same time. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so this is the game Stack and Attack. Essentially, what you're doing here is you're a bunch of Neanderthals that are trying to appease the gods by building these monuments of just rocks in order to get rain. But the problem is that everyone else is doing the same thing, and so you're trying to thwart them from building their actual towers, so you're the one who gets all the rain. Something like that. Anyway, that's the preface of the game. So, how are you going to do this? Well, you're going to need rocks, okay? So there's a bunch of rock cards, and you're going to need to build a tower. Now this guy right here, he's kind of tall. He starts down here at 1 and works all the way up to 15 there. Okay, now the point of the game is whoever gets to the 15 first is the winner, or whoever has the tallest tower before the quarry deck runs out. Now the quarry deck is just a giant deck of cards. Now I've sleeved these ones because you do a lot of shuffling, but it's just a giant deck of cards that will provide you with more and more rocks. You're going to start with a small deck of cards, and yes, this is a deck building game, so to speak, but it's really, really lightweight, so you can kind of introduce people. It's kind of like a gateway deck builder game, I guess, in that respect. Anyway, so you're going to start with a small deck of cards, and they're just going to consist of these different types of rocks. Now, there's round rocks and small, medium, and large, and then there's flat rocks at small, medium, and large. And the point is that flat rocks are really good at defense, and round rocks are really good at attack. Now, why would you need round and flat? Well, in the name Stack and Attack, it sounds pretty important, pretty obvious, doesn't it? You're going to stack them on top of each other on this board here, and as you're building them, it's nicely placed, actually. It's not too bad. I really like this, how he built the cards and such, to go one right on top of the other, and you can kind of see where the line cuts off, and they line up perfectly, which is great. And you just continue to build your rock tower, as you will. And you would need to attack and defend simply because other people are going to throw rocks at your tower and try to knock them over. Now, they can attack anywhere. The lower that they attack, the more likely that they're going to knock over several rocks at one time. But the higher that they attack, the easier it is to knock off rocks. Essentially, they have a cost, an attack, and a defense, and the reason why they have a cost is because you have 4 action points, essentially, that you can do, and the cost is everything. So if you want to buy a card, like for example, this medium flat rock costs 2, so it takes 2 to buy the medium rock. If you want to use the medium rock to build on your tower, it will cost you 2 action points to build the medium rock. If you want to attack somebody with it, you also have to use 2 action points with the medium rock to attack someone else's tower. Okay, so basically, the cost of that card is going to, what's the word I'm looking for? The cost is going to determine what your actions are going to do for the rest of the turn. Now, on your turn, you're only going to draw 3 cards at a time, unless you hit certain spots on the board. Now, first of all, if you look down, it's kind of hard to read, but right here on the 5, it says draw 1, and then on the 9 there, it says action point plus 1, and up here it says hold card 1. So basically when you reach those levels on the board, when you're building your rocks, once you actually touch that, you immediately get that free thing. So you would start off by drawing 4 cards, or then you get 5 action points, and eventually you can hold 1 card into your hand and save it for the next turn. That's basically the gist of it. Each card has, like I said before, there's a cost, attack, and defense, and you're just going to kind of use simple addition, subtraction to figure out, what's the strength of one card attacking another card, and so on. And they have this these other special cards as well, of course, to help make the game move faster. The big hit gives you +3 to your next attack. Rock solid is defense. That allows you to throw rocks higher than they're supposed to be. Something I forgot to mention is actually at specific levels. For example, out of reach is 7, and then here at the treetops at 12. You can't build bigger rocks at those points. So once you've built the larger rocks down here, the really big ones, so to speak. Once you've hit the 7th layer, as I like to put it, it's called an arm, but once you hit the level 7 part, then you can't build large rocks past that point. You can only stick to medium as your largest. And then once you get to 12, you have to stick with smalls at that point. So the game, it's nice in that respect because it's thematic. You know, you can't throw them higher than possible, so because you're from the ground up trying to throw rocks on top. But the same thing when you're trying to attack, you can't throw rocks above that limit either. So above 7, you can't throw large rocks at other people's towers who are above 7, and you can't throw medium rocks at towers that are higher than 14, for example. Anyway, so there's a couple more. Some give you action points, and some let your rocks don't die, because every time you throw a rock at somebody else, if you're successful, you destroy both rocks. They both crumble to pieces, and you throw them away. And that's essentially what the game is. The boards are great, and the cards line up just nicely, which is great. Pretty simple in terms of the attributes of each one, and the flavor text. You know, if you like flavor text on your cards, well, they've got a couple of good jokes for you. And that's basically it. First person to reach 15 wins. So let's talk about Stack and Attack. What do you think about Stack and Attack?
Okay, Stack and Attack, I loved it. It's a fun, family-friendly game. The theme was good. The artwork was good.
Yeah, it's good.
The rules, really solid. You do have to look online. The version we got didn't have complete rules, right?
Right. Well, that's just a beta version, but he updated his rules already. Yeah.
Okay, so if you buy it now, you'll get updated rules,
which are much better.
Yeah, a lot better. We played by the updated rules, and they were fantastic. We just had one little issue with the balancing, didn't we?
Yeah. Okay, so as we explained before about in the rules where you're supposed to build or you can attack, we found it really hard to do both.
Yeah.
If one guy's going to pull the strategy, I'm just going to build as fast as I can, and the next guy's going to build the strategy build and then slow down the other guy, and then build and slow down But the problem was that when you attack, you're really slowing yourself down more than you're slowing down the other guy, which is really not how the mechanics should be played out.
Exactly.
Just not about. So what we decided to do, we changed it a little bit by saying, let's go ahead and make the attacks free. No actions necessary to attack, simply because, that would not make. So that would be able to let you build and slow down the other guy at the cost of losing your rock.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And so, totally fun though. I love the theme.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the caveman thing I could totally go for all day, make ooga booga jokes basically all day. There's some flavor text. I think you had a comment about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the cards have really good artwork on them, as you've seen previously, and I love the flavor text. It's a complete game. It really is a complete game. It's fun to play. However, my one little itty bitty beef, is that on a flat rock card, they made a rock and roll reference, a geological rock and roll reference, right? But on a flat rock, I think that should go on a on a round rock card,
right.
So that because round rocks actually roll,
right? So the guy invented rock and roll or something like that, and he put it on a flat rock.
So I would just switch the flavor text around, swap it with another flat, and you'd be good.
Which really means nothing to you guys because the game's fun as it is. Now again, we need to emphasize. It's a game that's good, that's light, 30 minutes tops. It says 30 minutes on the box, but I think really they mean it's 30 minutes tops.
Yeah.
We played it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we played 2 or 3 games in about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, I would say 30, 45. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and it's not hard at all.
No.
It's good. It's straightforward. It says on the box it's 12 plus.
Yeah.
But really it's got to be 8 plus. Easy.
Oh, yeah. I would play this with my little nieces and nephews.
Right, and the pictures stack nicely. Anyway, I don't know, but okay. So do you think it's got game?
This game has definitely got game, especially if you're looking for a family friendly game. I do. It's not super replayable. It's not really that much different every time you play it. However, it is fun every time you play it.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you pick up this game, you're going to have a blast. Especially if you've got little kids involved.
I'm definitely going to agree with this. I don't think it's something I would... that's a tough choice. Maybe I would buy it. I'm not really sure. Anyway.
I'd buy it if I had kids.
I'm still 50% chance. I don't know if I'd buy it on the shelf. But definitely if you don't like the heavier games, or you need to give a gift to somebody, or you have little kids or something, totally a fun game to... It's kind of a gateway game, really.
It really is.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not too hard, but it introduces people into a different style of gaming.
It's kind of like your favorite Disney movie. Like, you watch it when you're a little kid and you have a blast with it, but then it's got stuff for the adults too. Like, your experience isn't cheapened at all. Coming at it from an older age group.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna have to say it's got game for sure. So. Alright guys, and that was Stack and Attack for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it because, well, Zach and I, we had a pretty good time doing it. Anyway, so the game is going to be up on Kickstarter in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. And again, if you haven't already, go ahead and check us out at the new show that we just put up lately called I Lost the Rules. This was the episode of Helium Pit, where we played Pit, but we lost the rules, so we had to try something a little different. Anyway, go ahead and check it out. Thanks for watching GotGameTesters, guys, and we'll see you next time.